Senators make the 45-minute trip over state borders and find themselves in Alexandria, Virginia. Hello and welcome, folks. Senators and Aces, sure to be a fun one tonight. Two of the top teams in the South Division really battling for that top spot. Aces hold it at the moment. They're 11-7 this season. Senators, after a 9-game winning streak earlier in the campaign, they have cooled down a little bit. 12-9, but trying to get back to their winning ways after they have lost 5 straight. Well, for some of those keys and what Scott Middleton expects from his team, I talked to the Senators head coach before this one. Here's how that went. Pre-game Senators and Aces coming your way in about 15 minutes time here with head coach Scott Middleton. And Coach, this is a team, they've now lost 5 in a row, but pre-game I've seen a lot of rejuvenated energy. It seems just like the guys have gotten the energy back that was maybe missing those last couple of games in that tough 13 games in 11 days.
Yeah, I mean, a couple days off was nice. Get some soreness out, get some rest. So it's almost like starting all over again.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
So talking about new guys on this team, you just added one, Logan Quaid. What do you have to say about him, and what do you expect from him as the season goes along?
Logan Quaid, he's a good pitcher. He'll command the zone. I'm looking forward to him right now. He's going to help us out as an emergency catcher. Obviously we all know what happened to Chet, so Chet will be back by next week. But for the rest of this weekend, Quaid will be my emergency catcher, but he's also going to pitch, and he'll be on the team for the rest of the season for pitching. Great young man, comes from a great family. He's gonna pound the zone, and he's the type of pitcher. Defense is going to work behind him.
And now with, of course, Grantham back off to Georgia State, and then you got Chet Bowling injured. What's your confidence level with Jax Nichols and what you feel he'll be able to do over these next couple of days with Bowling out?
Jax is gonna be just fine. I mean, it's gonna give him even more of an opportunity to get a lot of reps, seeing the ball a lot. We also got to watch how he's being used back there, of a beating he's taking and stuff like that, because what we're about to ask from Jax is not easy, and he's catching tonight. We'll have Friday off. He's going to catch a doubleheader on Saturday. He's going to catch on Sunday. He's going to be catching a lot. I have all the confidence in the world with Jax. Jax, he's a great person, high energy, and he's up for the challenge. I'm not worried about that at all.
And then you got a couple of changes in the lineup tonight. To me, what stood out is you got Calvin Cook over at third base. What do you like about that sort of change? Just trying to give him a new look and get his bat going as well as the defense.
Yeah, Calvin, I think last game had a hit or two. It gives him an opportunity to get on the field. Danny is out, but Danny will be back Saturday. But, I like how Calvin moves, even in the middle part of the infield, but he's played third before. He's no stranger to it. He'll be fine, and need him to perform.
And then you got Carter growing back. How do you feel about him? And he struck out a lot this season, but do you feel like you're moving in a positive direction with him, trying to get some confidence back? He's still got incredible power, as always.
Yeah, Carter's Carter. I mean, his swing is starting to look good like it was last year. He's starting to piece up some pitches. I think coming out for this break a little bit, you're going to see the Carter of old, and he's going to pound the ball.
And then how about Logan Tribble? Just tell me a little bit about what he's meant to this team this season. He's been really special, and you've moved him up in the lineup, first to 5 and then now up to 3, where he's been consistently over the last couple of games. How big is it to have a guy that gets on base like him, and then he's hit for some pretty decent power as well this season?
Yeah, Tribble, like I told you before, I could put him in the 9, and he's also just as good as in the leadoff. I liked Tribble on the 9 when he was turning the lineup over. It was somebody that, it caught teams off guard.
Yeah.
But Tribble also deserves to be up in top of the lineup where I need him getting more ABs. He puts the ball in play. He finds a way on base. OBP is high, and then also his average. So just trying to get him up in the line where he can produce more ABs. Also put more pressure on the defense a little bit with Krause in the 4 and now Carter in the 5, and I think it makes it a little bit stronger.
And then the last thing, Coach, Aiden Milburn, you got him back on the mound tonight. How do you feel about him, what he's been able to give you this season? Just feels like some consistency, and you almost know what you're going to get from him going into ball games.
Yeah, he's going to throw strikes. He's not afraid to let his defense work. He's also, he's overall a very consistent pitcher, and I have all the confidence in the world with him. He's going to do great things. He's been doing great things, and I need him to do what he's been doing all year this game. Get us back on track, get us off this 5-game losing streak, and I have high expectations for Aiden.
Thank you, Coach. Senators and Aces, first pitch coming your way in a little bit. Lineups after this break. Eternal Couture Sports makes your design ideas come to life. From sports uniforms to vehicle lettering, custom t-shirts, yard signs, and more, EC Sports has you covered. They're ready to suggest new design ideas for your company logo, team uniforms, or personal apparel. Based in Waldorf, Maryland, EC Sports is here to match your design needs. To learn more, visit ecsportsdmv.net today. In need of trash pickup service? Well, look no further than Evergreen Disposal. With over 2 generations of experience, a family-owned and operated business, Evergreen Disposal proudly serves Southern Maryland. The company is committed to customers and building community. They provide service to homeowners associations, individual houses, and commercial, construction, and industrial locations. Once you switch, you'll never look back. To start using Evergreen Disposal, go to evergreendisposal.com or call 240-468-6677. That's 240-468-6677 to change to a community-based organization. Evergreen Disposal. A warm, sunny afternoon, hot dog in hand, water in the other, watching a baseball game. What's better than that? Well, not much. If you want to make that fantasy a reality, you can check out the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Founded in 2006, the Blue Crabs are part of the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball. Search SOMDBlueCrabs.com to get tickets today. The Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, Southern Maryland's only pro sports team. Want to help the Senators? You can help fuel the team and carry them to victory by becoming a game day meal sponsor. For $250, you provide a pregame meal for the Senators players and staff. If you sign up, you'll receive 4 season passes to home games, a game time announcement, along with commercials on all Southern Maryland Senators broadcasts throughout the season. Both corporate and private donors are welcome. To sign up today, contact info@somdsenators.com. If you or your child is searching for a youth baseball team, you're looking in the right place. The Maryland Senators Elite Travel Baseball Team competes in tournaments and showcases around the country. Featuring teams from 8 to 18U, the Senators work hard to prepare players for the next level by teaching confidence, a winning attitude, and the importance of character by being a great student, teammate, and individual. Get more information by searching MarylandSenators.com, the place to be for travel baseball in Maryland. Need industry-leading equipment for leaf blowers, lawnmowers, boat trailers, and more? Guy Brothers Marine can help. Need maintenance or repair on equipment? Guy Brothers Marine can help. Family owned and operated, they take pride in everything they do. They have a reputation for fixing what others can't. For more on equipment and repair, check out GuyBrothersMarine.com today. Guy Brothers Marine. Their commitment to serving customers is priority one. Well, a beautiful rendition of the Star Spangled Banner here tonight at Frank Mann Field, just a day before 4th of July. Let's get you your starting lineups as promised before the break. For the Senators, it's led off by Nick Flores. He'll play shortstop. The center fielder batting second is Adam Trock. In left field, batting third is Logan Tribble. Steven Krause, he's the first baseman in the cleanup spot. Hitting fifth and playing right field is Carter Groen. Dawson Smale, he'll bat sixth, DHing. In the seventh spot tonight, Jax Nichols, the catcher, playing third base and hitting eighth. Calvin Cook rounding out the order and playing second is Cale Vinson. Starting pitcher tonight will be Aiden Milburn for your Southern Maryland Senators. On the other side, the starting nine for Chris Bursett in his sixth season with the Alexandria Aces. To lead things off will be Toby Huber, the second baseman, followed by John Colligan. He'll bat second and play right field. The shortstop, Derek Almeida, will hit third. Ernie Echeverria, he'll be the first baseman, batting fourth. Michael Powell playing third base and hitting fifth. In the sixth spot, Trip Capers, he's the center fielder. Batting seventh and playing catcher, DJ Shyman. The designated hitter tonight, hitting eighth, Riley Norton. And rounding out the order, Adhem Sahibzada. He's the left fielder for Chris Bursett. Senators and Aces, two best teams in the South Division, will be coming your way with first pitch after this. Southern Maryland, Alexandria, you won't want to miss this one. We've got an offer you won't want to miss out on. Over the summer, the Senators collegiate team will be hosting a youth baseball camp throughout June and July, available to ages 7 through 14. Take the opportunity to get personalized advice from Senators players and coaches and elevate your game to the next level. For specific dates and times, go to somdsenators-cal.com to learn more. Seeking investment management help? Well, look no further than GDS Investments. With over 20 years of experience, Glenn Surwick has the knowledge and experience to help you make informed investment decisions. The company maintains full transparency, allowing you to view your account activity at any time so there are no delays or surprises. Go to gdsinvestments.com today to learn more. GDS Investments, there to guide you when the winds change. If you want to stay up to date with all things Senators, follow the collegiate team's social media accounts. You can follow the team at Southern MD Senators on Instagram or Go SOMD Senators on X to keep up with the team. You'll get score updates, final score graphics, access to articles, and so much more. Go check out the Senators on social media and don't miss a moment this season. Seeking investment management help? Well, look no further than GDS Investments. With over 20 years of experience, Glenn Surwick has the knowledge and experience to help you make informed investment decisions. The company maintains full transparency, allowing you to view your account activity at any time so there are no delays or surprises. Go to gdsinvestments.com today to learn more. GDS Investments, there to guide you when the winds change.
Thermal Comfort provides heating and air conditioning for newly constructed custom homes in Northern Virginia and select areas in Maryland. They service all systems, operational or non-operational, while providing free estimates for new systems. Go to thermalcomfortllc.com and choose the easier way to upgrade your heating and cooling system.
Well, your starting pitcher matchup for tonight is Mason Christopher. He will wear number 11 in the blue on top and white pants for the Alexandria Aces. On the other side for Southern Maryland, it'll be number 24, Aiden Milburn, getting the start for the Senators. He's been quality throughout this season. Thrown strikes for Scott Middleton. That's what he loves about him. Only giving up 2 runs across 10 innings pitched. He has been phenomenal. Struck out 10 in that time. Middleton looking for another one of his signature performances this season. 3 starts against the Braves, Crop Dusters, and then Braves once more about a week back on June 26th. One day before the 4th of July, which festivities will commence for tomorrow. No games in the Cal Ripken League because of it tomorrow. But Mason Christopher on the other side gets the start for the Alexandria Aces, and boy has he been good, and his record does not necessarily reflect how elite he has been. 0-1 record, 2.87 ERA, has pitched in 4 games, made 2 starts, thrown 15 2/3, struck out 13, walked 8, and given up 16 hits in that time. Last game he pitched was 3 1/3 last weekend against the Big Train. That was the first game of the doubleheader in which the loss was tacked to his record. Gave up 3 earned, his worst performance this season, but boy was he great the first time he pitched. Way back on June 6th against the DC Grays, he threw 5 innings, only gave up 3 hits, walked 2, struck out 2. Looking for something of that caliber tonight. Nick Flores will be the leadoff man for Scott Middleton, as he's done pretty much every game this season. Only one time as he sat on the bench. Did so for the first time on Saturday against the Crop Dusters. Nick really just needed a break before being reinserted into the lineup, and now he is back in things tonight. Senators got a massive off day yesterday and the day before. The one on Tuesday was scheduled. Yesterday, the game against the Braves canceled due to field conditions. It was a similar outcome for the Aces yesterday. They were also supposed to make up a doubleheader on Tuesday, which they weren't able to play. So neither squad has played since Monday. Let's see who has the upper hand tonight. 12-9 Senators, 11-7 Aces. First pitch to Nick Flores. He takes a called strike on the inner edge, and we are off and running from Frank Mann Field. Light clouds in the area, temperature sitting in the high 80s at first pitch time. The kick and the offering swung on and lined over the second baseman's head. Base hit into right field. Leadoff man aboard for the Senators in the first, and there goes Nick Flores. It's a team that gets a lot of base hits. Second in the league in batting average, only behind the Big Train. Senators batting .265. They've been pretty darn good, but the big train hitting .314 this season. My goodness. Adam Truck swinging it from the left side. First pitch in the dirt, ball 1. Mason Christopher, a 6'3", 195-pound left-hander. Just finished up his freshman season over at Seton Hall. Comes set at his chest. The 1-0 in the dirt, and it's away from Shyman towards the third base dugout of the Aces. Easily advancing 90 goes Nick Flores. Man in scoring position for Adam Truck. And that's the speedy Nick Flores. A lot of speed at the top of the order for Scott Middleton. Something he's really emphasized with this team. He's even moved Logan Tribble up in the order to bat third. Christopher Pearson comes set at the A on the upper left chest. Now the pitch. Swung on and bounced towards the right side. Huber, the second baseman, will play it. Delivers to first in time. 1 down. Flores advances up to third on the play, so a man just 90 feet away for Southern Maryland. Here comes the aforementioned Logan Tribble, starting left fielder tonight for the Senators. He's played that role pretty much all season. Finished 1 for 4 with a strikeout looking on Monday versus Silver Spring. He just had an unbelievable start to the season. Reached in his first 13 plate appearances. Still been super quality since. First pitch, swing and a miss. Got him chasing in the dirt. 1 out, top of the first, just underway from Frank Manfield. Flores is aboard third. And Tribble, that swing and miss a moment ago, a real rarity for him. Guy that makes contact a ton. The 0-1. Swung on, popped in the air, foul, first base side. Took over 10 games before Tribble had swung and missed at a pitch. Told me that he's just always been super effective in making contact, that even as a kid he saw the ball incredibly well. Christopher delivers home. Swung on and bounced to short. Flores will score. Delivery to first is wide of the bag. Tribble will reach safely on an E6. Flores in to score as well, and the Senators are on top 1-0 early. Tribble puts the ball in play a ton, and things tend to happen when you do that. The Senators having to travel about 45 minutes away from Waldorf, Maryland. The only team in the league from Southern Maryland. So kind of difficult travel for them wherever they got to go. That's reflected in the road record this season, 4-6. But over at Regency Furniture Stadium, they have held things down strong, 8-3 at home. Aces have played pretty well at this place. They're 6-2 at Frank Mann. First pitch to Steven Krause. He takes a fastball strike on the outer edge. Krause, the starting first baseman, left-handed hitter. Back on Monday, most recent game for the Senators was 1 for 3 and came around to score. Christopher sets the 0-1. Swung on and tapped foul left to home. Krause had a streak a week back where he recorded doubles in 3 straight games, was really putting it together. In an interview with our very own Drew Owens, social media intern, he said that he hadn't hit a triple until the game with the Grays a week ago for about 2 or 3 years. The pitch swung on and bounced foul down the first base side. And I make the point about triples because Krause hit 2 in the last week. Oddities sometimes happen in baseball, and there's one for Steven Krause. A look over at Tribble, standing off the first base bag. He goes. The 0-2 swung on and hit sharply to the third baseman. Powell gloves, throws on to first, and that will set down Kraus for out number 2. So a smart pitch to run on for Logan Tribble. And there's 2 outs in the top of the first inning. Senators have already plated one. That was Nick Flores, the leadoff man. And that brings to the plate Carter Groen. He's been moved around a little bit in this lineup. Started the season batting third. Strikeout numbers a little concerning, 16 this season, but Scott Middleton has ever the confidence in this young man. He's got incredible power. First pitch, swung on and bounced up the middle, snared by Mason Christopher on the bump. Delivers on to Echeverria at first, and that will do it for the top of 1. Senators able to score a run. They lead 1-0 going to the bottom of the first. You're listening to Southern Maryland Baseball right here on the Senators Baseball Network.
We've got an offer you won't want to miss out on. Over the summer, the Senators collegiate team will be hosting a youth baseball camp throughout June and July, available to ages 7 through 14. Take the opportunity to get personalized advice from Senators players and coaches and elevate your game to the next level. For specific dates and times, go to somdsenators-cal.com to learn more. Need industry-leading equipment for leaf blowers, lawnmowers, boat trailers, and more? Guy Brothers Marine can help. Need maintenance or repair on equipment? Guy Brothers Marine can help. Family owned and operated, they take pride in everything they do. They have a reputation for fixing what others can't. For more on equipment and repair, check out GuyBrothersMarine.com today. Guy Brothers Marine, their commitment to serving customers is priority 1. Seeking investment management help? Well, look no further than GDS Investments. With over 20 years of experience, Glenn Surwick has the knowledge and experience to help you make informed investment decisions. The company maintains full transparency, allowing you to view your account activity at any time so there are no delays or surprises. Go to gdsinvestments.com today to learn more. GDS Investments, there to guide you when the winds change.
Aiden Milburn gets the start tonight for Scott Middleton and company. Senators 12-9, Aces 11-7. They rule the South Division at the moment. Senators just a half game back. Milburn gets into his motion, and the first offering to Toby Huber. He takes a slider strike at the knees, and that's how the Aces offense starts their night. Boy, has Milburn been good this season. 3 starts, a 1.8 ERA. The pitch swung on and bounced to third. This is Cook. He delivers to Kraus in time for out number 1. Well, that's what you can expect from Aiden Milburn. Going to pitch to contact as much as he can, but can get the strikeouts in big-time situations. 10 across 10 and a third innings this season. And now in his 4th start. Most recent game he pitched in was a week ago against the Metro South County Braves. Only gave up 1 earned, 2 hits, 4 walks, trying to limit that number as much as he can. First pitch to John Callaghan is low and outside, ball 1. Callaghan, the starting right fielder for Alexandria this evening. This season against Southern Maryland, he is 2 for 6 with a couple of walks. The pitch, fastball in there at the knees. A ball and a strike. Recently, though, Callaghan has slowed down a little bit. 1 for his last 10. Has scored 4 times. From the windup, here's the 1-1. Swung and ripped towards the second baseman, Vincent. He gloves and throws out Callaghan. 2 down. So a couple of ground balls to begin things for Aiden Milburn. And that brings Derek Almeida up to the plate. Right-handed hitting shortstop. Batting .304 this season. Boy, has he been good. 11 walks as well to only 10 strikeouts. First pitch to him. He swings and chops it to third. Backhanded by Cook. Slides to his left. Throws on to Kraus, and that'll do it for the first. Super efficient through the first inning for Aiden Milburn. 3 up, 3 down. Senators bats back up with 6, 7, 8 coming to the plate.
Seeking investment management help? Well, look no further than GDS Investments. With over 20 years of experience, Glenn Surwick has the knowledge and experience to help you make informed investment decisions. The company maintains full transparency, allowing you to view your account activity at any time so there are no delays or surprises. Go to gdsinvestments.com today to learn more. GDS Investments, there to guide you when the winds change.
It'll be lefty on lefty to start the top of the second for Southern Maryland. Designated hitter Dawson Smale up for his first time this evening. Senators were able to plate one in the first. They lead 1-0 over the Alexandria Aces live from Frank Mann Field. So Mason Christopher remains in the game after allowing a run in the first. The pitch to Smale. He swings and rips it up the middle. Diving stop by Huber. Returns his feet. Throw to first in time. Pretty play by the second baseman, and there's one gone. So only takes one pitch for the first out, and that'll bring up Jax Nichols, handling the catching tonight for Southern Maryland. Doubled his only time to the plate on Monday against the Thunderbolts. Entered in the 7th inning as a defensive replacement for the injured Chet Bowling. Got an update pregame from Scott Middleton on him. First pitch is upstairs, ball 1. Middleton says that he expects Bowling will be back after the weekend. That does mean that Nichols will have to handle a lot of the catching duties. He's got the newly added Logan Quaid if needed. The 1-0. Swung on and fouled to the screen. Strike 1. 1-0, top of the second. We're off and running from Frank Mann Field. Sun high up above left field. Temperature sitting in the high 80s. Will slowly dwindle down. The 1-1, swing and a miss. Went up out of the zone with a breaking ball. Nichols chased it. Parking lot out behind right. Field trees line center and left field. End of the line, the 1-2. Called strike 3. Down goes Nichols looking, and that's the first punch out tonight for Mason Christopher. That brings up Calvin Cook batting 8th, who made a couple of nice defensive plays last inning. He's had some troubles with the Airs this season defensively. Has the most on the team, but starting to swing the bat a little better. First pitch, he takes low, ball 1. Cook starting to put it together with the bat. Had a hit in his only AB in the second game of the doubleheader on Sunday against the Big Train. A 1-0. Swung on a foul back. Cook struck out 10 times, walked 5 this season. From the local area, Annapolis, Maryland kid, the 1-1, misses in the dirt, ball 2. Not a whole ton of these DMV guys, DC, Maryland, Virginia players on the Senators team. Only 7 from the state of Maryland. A lot of guys from up and down the East Coast. 2-1. Swung on and popped left side of the infield. Almeida makes the call, and he will put it away. That does it for the Senators. 1-2-3 in the second. We have flown through 1.5 from Frank Manfield. Senators in front, 1-0.
Eternal Couture Sports makes your design ideas come to life. From sports uniforms to vehicle lettering, custom t-shirts, yard signs, and more, EC Sports has you covered. They're ready to suggest new design ideas for your company logo, team uniforms, or personal apparel. Based in Waldorf, Maryland, EC Sports is here to match your design needs. To learn more, visit ecsportsdmv.net today. Seeking investment management help? Well, look no further than GDS Investments. With over 20 years of experience, Glenn Surwick has the knowledge and experience to help you make informed investment decisions. The company maintains full transparency, allowing you to view your account activity at any time so there are no delays or surprises. Go to gdsinvestments.com today to learn more. GDS Investments, there to guide you when the winds change.
Only took Aiden Milburn 7 pitches in the first inning. He returns out for the second after being one of the Senators' better starters throughout this season. 1.8 ERA. He's given up 2 earned runs across 10 innings this season. He's been wonderful for Scott Middleton. Throwing strikes tonight, that's something that head coach has urged him to do throughout this season. He's given up 7 walks across those 11 innings this year. Had thrown 10 coming in tonight. And this will be Ernie Echeverria. He's the first baseman. Melbourne will wind and offer his first pitch. Takes a slider strike in at the belt. Three straight groundouts in the first inning. 1-2-3 for the Aces. Trying to generate some offense. The 0-1. In the dirt, 1-1. Echeverria recently has struggled. He does walk a whole lot. 6 walks, but is 0 for 8 with 3 strikeouts. The pitch in there, strike 2, excuse me. Only time Echeverria has played against the Senators was the last time these two teams met. The pitch upstairs, ball 2. In that game, Echeverria was 1 for 4 with a walk. Had his first hit of the season against Southern Maryland. Milburn winds and fires. Inside, backs him up for ball 3. So the count full to Echeverria. A guy that really hasn't hit that well this season, but he walks a ton. 15 this season. Batting .086. Payoff pitch. Swinging a little tapper foul down the first base side. Echeverria's got a very good eye. Hardly ever swings at stuff out of the zone. And then able to battle off pitches once he's in these tough counts. Echeverria had a good freshman year over at Penn. Hit 276. Walked more than he struck out. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Got him. First punch out of the night for Aiden Milburn. And down goes Ernie Echeverria. That brings to the plate Michael Powell, third baseman, hitting left-handed. Boy, does he have an imposing presence in the box. 6'3", 185. Versus the Senators this season, 3 for 11 with 3 walks. Struck out twice. From the windup, the right-hander delivers. Fastball inside, ball 1. Powell was quality last time versus Southern Maryland. Finished 2 of 4 with an RBI. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Out in front of a breaking ball that time. Powell played with the Aces last summer prior to his first season of college baseball. Batted .275 with 3 runs batted in for Alexandria. The 1-1. Swinging a bouncer foul towards the first base dugout, of the Senators. Milburn finding the zone with great consistency early. Still yet to walk a guy. Shakes off the catcher and now agrees with Jackson Nichols. His 1-2. Swung on and bounced towards first, foul. Bounced in the direction of first base coach Jen Hammond. Only female coach in the entire league. Milburn ready. His 1-2. Outside, 2-2. When we traveled here earlier in the season, Jen Hammond was out trying to promote a girls baseball team, but was girls baseball night at the park earlier this season. 2-2. Upstairs with a fastball. Count full. Hammond has really served this team well for the time she's been here. The 3-2 is bounced foul at home. Nichols bows his head a little bit behind home plate. Thought they had gotten Powell with that one. It's a nicely executed pitch. Powell just able to put the bat to the ball. Once more, the 3-2. High and away, he walked him. So a nice battle by Michael Powell, who's able to work a walk. And a one-out base runner for the Aces in the bottom of the second. 1-0 Senators lead with 1 out in the bottom of 2. Runner aboard first and Powell, and that brings to the plate Trip Capers. He's gotten a big opportunity this summer with the Aces, getting to see some college-level pitching before returning to George Mason next year. Only played in 6 games there this season. He's got a much larger sample size with the Aces. First offering, low and away. Capers 3 for 8 against the Senators this year. Has knocked in 3 runs. The set and the pitch. Fastball strike on the inner edge. Senators in their road gray uniforms. White pants. The gray hat with the S logo for the Senators. It's got the Maryland state flag in there as well. The 1-1. Check swing and held up on a pitch low. Aces in their home navy blue. Got the A on the upper left chest and then the number on the lower right. Number in big white bold on the back. The 2-1 in there with the off-speed stuff. 2-2. Powell at first, not much speed, only 1 steal this season. Capers had a monster game the second time against the Senators. 2-2, waved at, strike 3, got him swinging. Second punch out of the inning for Aiden Milburn. And in steps DJ Shyman, the catcher. Walked twice in the second game of the doubleheader against the Big Train over the weekend. That was on Saturday. Bethesda then played another doubleheader against the Senators. Southern Maryland got swept by Bethesda. Senators tonight trying to snap a 5-game losing streak. That in large part because of the demanding schedule. Had to play 13 games in 11 days. First pitch, Shyman takes a changeup on the outer edge, strike 1. Jax Nichols hyping him up behind home plate. Shyman, a switch-hitting catcher. Those don't come around every day. Biggest name you might know in the MLB, Adley Rushman. The 0-1, runner goes. Tap foul to the screen. Powell will make a return jog to first. And DJ Shyman will await an 0-2 pitch with 2 away in the bottom of the second. Senators 1, Aces nothing on the Senators Baseball Network. Milburn peers in at the catcher, receives the sign, comes set at the chest to check on first. Back standing goes Powell. It was 3 quick outs in the first for Aiden Milburn. Didn't even need 10 pitches. Threw just 7 and set him down in order. 0-2. Low and in. Ball 1. Shyman, 11 walks to only 4 strikeouts this season. A tough guy to strike out. The set and the 1-2. Up and away, ball 2. Just barely missed the spot. Milburn pitching with confidence tonight, especially fueled by catcher Jax Nichols, who's loving it behind home plate. Finding the zone been the key for Milburn. 2-2. Swung on and bounced to first base. Kraus boots it a little bit. Flip on to first. Milburn doesn't step on the bag in time. And that will go down as an error on the first baseman, Kraus. So in reaching goes DJ Shyman, and there's 2 men aboard in the second with 2 outs. So in the 8th spot, Riley Norton.
Here we go, Elon. Let's go, Elon.
Aces still yet to record a hit this evening. And in steps the designated hitter. Swings it from the right side of the plate. First pitch, he takes a strike on the inner edge. Riley Norton, a native of Pinehurst, North Carolina. A city you may have heard of. Place that's hosted the U.S. Open for golf 4 times now. Most recently last year, 2024. 0-1. Swung on and lifted. High and deep out to right field. Back goes growing near the fence. And he will make the catch to retire the side. So Aces get a couple of runners late in the inning, but Milburn able to leave them on. 2 stranded in the second for Alexandria. 1-0 Southern Maryland in front.
Seeking investment management help? Well, look no further than GDS Investments. With over 20 years of experience, Glenn Surwick has the knowledge and experience to help you make informed investment decisions. The company maintains full transparency, allowing you to view your account activity at any time so there are no delays or surprises. Go to gdsinvestments.com today to learn more. GDS Investments, there to guide you when the winds change. Thermal Comfort provides heating and air conditioning for newly constructed custom homes in Northern Virginia and select areas in Maryland. They service all systems, operational or non-operational, while providing free estimates for new systems. Go to thermalcomfortllc.com and choose the easier way to upgrade your heating and cooling system.
July 3rd from Frank Manfield. Tomorrow, due to holiday festivities, the whole league will have the day off and an opportunity to celebrate an off day on July 4th. Neither of these teams have played over the last 2 days. It was a scheduled off day for the Senators on Tuesday. Aces were supposed to play a doubleheader. That got canceled. Another doubleheader due up last night for Alexandria. That one also taken off the books due to field conditions. Yesterday, Senators were supposed to play the Braves on the road, but that got canceled as well due to the field conditions at Metro South County. So, Senators are back underway tonight, trying to snap a 5-game losing streak. And to lead things off in the top of 3, here steps Cale Vincent. Puts his foot against the back chalk of the right-handed batter's box. First offering from the lefty Christopher is a fastball upstairs, ball 1. Vincent out of Middle Tennessee State University. A whole ton of these guys on the Scott Middleton roster. He's got a good relationship with the head coach over there, the 1-0. Strike in at the knees. Count evens. Vincent came on as a pinch hitter and struck out his only time to the plate on Monday against the Thunderbolts. Game the Senators lost after they got some early offense. The 1-1 inside, ball 2. Senators were up 4-0 entering the 5th inning, where in the bottom half the T-Bolts put up a 6 spot. It was all Silver Spring from there. The 1-1 swung on and popped in the air. Shallow right field. On chasing towards the line comes Colligan, and he made the catch. Tough grab on the run for Colligan, and there's out number 1. Sixth-year head coach Chris Brissett loving it in the dugout from his right fielder. And the lineup card flips over for the Senators. Right in the right-handed batter's box comes Nick Flores. A single back in the first inning, came around to score after an error by the shortstop Almeida. First pitch, Flores takes inside, ball 1. Flores has really seen Alexandria pitching well this season. 5 for 13 against the Aces. Knocked in 3 runs with a walk and a strikeout. The wind and the pitch. Backs him up 2-0. Flores responsible for the sole run in this game. Aces scoreless. Senators with 1 in the first. 1 away, top 3. 2-0 in the dirt. 3 straight balls to start off Flores. Hardly strikes out at all. Just 6 this season, and he's played in all but 1 game. Over the midway point in the Cal Ripken League season, 3-0. In there, strike 1. Scott Middleton was really high on Flores coming into the summer season. Had a standout freshman campaign at VCU this year. Immediately made an impact for the Rams. 3-1. Takes in the dirt, ball 4. So 5-pitch walk for Nick Flores. And there's a 1-out base runner for Southern Maryland. That'll give way to Adam Trock. Nick Flores, first time on, reached up to second on a wild pitch, and then Adam Trock advanced him on a ground out to second, and then Flores ultimately came in to score off that error by Almeida. The set and the pitch. Flores is off. Pitch misses low and away. Throw down to second is past Almeida and into the outfield. Flores hustling up to third, and the Senators have a man just 90 feet away with only one out in the third. Boy, the top of this order, they love to put the pressure on. A team that, as the season has gone along, has really sputtered offensively. Just a week and a half ago, they were second in the league in runs. Now they're fifth in that category. 2 days off, though, might have been the key. The 1-0. Swung on and lifted, high in the air out to right field. Medium deep for Colligan, who comes on and makes the catch. Flores tagging from third. Throw to the plate. Got him! An absolute dart from John Colligan in right field. And they turn two to end the inning. Flores caught trying to tag up from third, and that will do it in the third inning for the Senators. 1-0. Southern Maryland in front, going to the bottom of 3.
A warm, sunny afternoon, hot dog in hand, water in the other, watching a baseball game. What's better than that? Well, not much. If you want to make that fantasy a reality, you can check out the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Founded in 2006, the Blue Crabs are part of the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball. Search SOMDBlueCrabs.com to get tickets today. The Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, Southern Maryland's only pro sports team. Need industry-leading equipment for leaf blowers, lawnmowers, boat trailers, and more? Guy Brothers Marine can help. Need maintenance or repair on equipment? Guy Brothers Marine can help. Family owned and operated, they take pride in everything they do. They have a reputation for fixing what others can't. For more on equipment and repair, check out GuyBrothersMarine.com today. Guy Brothers Marine, their commitment to serving customers is priority one.
We head to the bottom of the third. Two best teams in the South Division, Aces and Senators. Southern Maryland tied for the second spot with the Grays, who are 11-8. Senators at 12-9. Both a half game back of the division leading Alexandria Aces, who stand at 11-7. Braves a whiles back at 5-16 this season. First pitch to Saibzada is a strike on the outer edge. Adham has crushed the Senators this season. 6'3" left-handed batter. 5 for his last 8 at the plate. The pitch is swung on and bounced to first base. Cross backhands. He'll take it himself onto the bag. And there's out number 1. So a quick first out of the third for Aiden Milburn. Trying to get a carbon copy of the first, where he only had to throw 7 pitches and induce 3 groundouts. So the lineup card flips over to Toby Huber, the second baseman. Grounded out to third to start things. Kick and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Out in front of the off-speed stuff. Huber walks an incredible amount, 13 this season compared to only 6 strikeouts. That's the reason he's batting first for Chris Bursett. Bursett in his 6th season with Alexandria. The pitch swung on and popped in the air, foul down the right field line. Boy, has Bursett turned this thing around with the Aces. Couple of seasons ago, they were 30-6. Last year also had the best record in the league. Senators were able to take them out in the playoffs. It's kind of a budding rivalry in the league. The 1-1 swung on and lifted down the right side, out of play. The rivalry between these two really began last season with an exchange of words between Ian Kennedy and the Aces bullpen. 0-2 inside ball one. It was certainly propelled a little bit by earlier this season where Jax Nichols hit a go-ahead home run in the 9th inning. Let the opposing team hear about it, stared the ball down as it flew over the wall. Aces, he told me, had been talking to him the whole night. The pitch. Swing in a slow grounder to third. Cook charges, gloves, off-balance throw, and he can't make the transfer cleanly. So, runner aboard first, and that'll go down as an infield single. It was going to be a tough play for Calvin Cook regardless. And reaching first goes Toby Huber. Got to keep an eye on Huber. He's got 8 steals this season. And this brings up John Colligan, who had a heck of a 3rd inning defensively, made a nice running grab to open things up, and then gunned down Nick Flores at home to end the inning. Check on the runner, back with the dive goes Huber. 1 away, bottom of the 3rd. Senators 1, Aces nothing on the Senators Baseball Network. Colligan hitting .269 this season. The pitch, fastball away. Double play in order here for the Senators. Aces a team that doesn't ground out into a whole lot of them. 9 this season. Another throw over to first. Back goes Huber. It's also a Southern Maryland squad that has struggled with the airs at times. 1-0. Backs him up. Ball 2. Colligan this season against the Senators, 2 for 6, couple of walks. Has slowed down a little bit recently, 1 of his last 10. He's came around to score 4 times, though. The set and the pitch. Slider in there on the inner half. Southern Maryland dugout loves that Milburn is filling up the strike zone. Only 1 walk to this point. That's something they've asked a lot of from him. The pitch. Low and away, ball 3. Milburn coming in tonight had walked 7 batters in 10 innings. (3-1). Swung and bounced foul to the screen. Scott Middleton will never really excuse a player walking a whole lot of batters. Wants these guys to fill up the zone. Really likes when the defense has to work behind him. Yes, they've made errors, but he just feels that it's way more practical and way more high percentage to have the defense work than try to strike out everyone. Payoff pitch. Swung on and lined into the right center field gap. Groen dives and made the grab. Oh, what a play in the gap by Groen. A guy that's dealt with some injury issues, and there he makes an unbelievable diving play. That brings up to the plate Derek Almeida. Shortstop hitting third. Temperature in the upper 80s. No clouds to be seen anymore. A beautiful night from Alexandria, Virginia. First pitch, change up in at the knees, strike 1. Almeida, a week and a half ago against the Senators, was hitless in 5 trips to the plate, walked once and came around to score. That was a game in which the Aces broke the Senators' 9-game winning streak. Check on the runner, back with the dive goes Huber. Since then, the Senators have really struggled. 3-7 since that loss to Alexandria, after they had won 9 in a row after a loss to open up their season. The pitch, low and away. Almeida grounded out to third to end the first inning. 1-0 Senators, bottom of 3, 2 away, runner on first. The set in the 1-1, runners off, pitch misses low and away, throw down to second, got him! An absolute dart from Jax Nichols, and down goes Huber trying to swipe a bag. So that'll do it for the third inning. Aiden Milburn's looking great thus far. Through 3 clean, Senators in front, 1-0.
Thermal Comfort provides heating and air conditioning for newly constructed custom homes in Northern Virginia and select areas in Maryland. They service all systems, operational or non-operational, while providing free estimates for new systems. Go to thermalcomfortllc.com and choose the easier way to upgrade your heating and cooling system. In need of trash pickup service? Well, look no further than Evergreen Disposal. With over 2 generations of experience, a family-owned and operated business, Evergreen Disposal proudly serves Southern Maryland. The company is committed to customers and building community. They provide service to homeowners associations, individual houses, and commercial, construction, and industrial locations. Once you switch, you'll never look back. To start using Evergreen Disposal, go to evergreendisposal.com or call 240-468-6677. That's 240-468-6677 to change to a community-based organization. Evergreen Disposal.
Logan Tribble will lead things off in the 4th inning for the Senators. Reached back on the first by an error by Derek Almeida at shortstop. So he's up for the 2nd time this evening, and he's a guy that makes contact a whole ton. It took him over 10 games before he had swung and missed at a pitch. Told me that he's just always been super effective in making contact. Went back to him being a kid. He just never really swung and missed a ton. He's focused more on making quality contact this season. First pitch, Tribble takes a changeup inside for ball 1. The kick and the pitch, swing and a miss, a ball and a strike. Well, if you missed our coach's show pregame, spoke with Scott Middleton, told me that he's moved Tribble up in the lineup. He started the season in the 9 spot. He really liked him there because of his ability to turn over the lineup. The 1-1 swung on and smacked foul down the left side. But he liked what Tribble was doing so much that he really just couldn't justify not getting him the most at-bats possible. That's why he moved him up into the 3 spot. He's been performing there as well. Just an invaluable asset to this team. The kick and the pitch, up and away, 2-2. If you're just joining us, Senators lead 1-0, top of the 4th inning. Got their only run way back in the 1st, thanks to Nick Flores. 2-2. Called, strike 3. And down goes Tribble looking. Second strikeout of the night for Mason Christopher. And he's starting to put it together all of a sudden. Southern Maryland had a base runner in the 3rd, the only one they've had since back in the 1st. Flores was ultimately gunned down trying to tag from 3rd. So to the plate comes Steven Krause in the cleanup spot this evening. Lefty on lefty, first pitch. Down low, ball 1. Back on Monday, Krause was 1 for 3 and came around to score against the Thunderbolts. Game the Senators lost 11-6. They got some late offense, the 1-0. Swing and a miss. In that contest against the Thunderbolts, Senators led early. They were up 4-0 going into the 5th inning. There, things unraveled. 6 runs in the bottom half for the Thunderbolts. 1-1. Grouse takes low and outside. Krause had a streak a week back where he recorded doubles in 3 straight contests. Was part of a Binghamton team this season. 2-1. Swung on and ripped into center field. That'll hang up for Capers to make the knee-high grab. 2 down. So a nice rip from Krause, but down he goes. And that brings Carter Groen up to the plate. He was the star of the show last season for Southern Maryland. A lot of hype around this kid coming back to the Senators. Dealt with an injury this college season. Was hitting over 300 with UConn before an injury, banging into the outfield wall and right. First pitch, Groen swings and taps it foul at home. Because of the time that Middleton has spent with Groen, he just has so much confidence and feels that this kid is going to turn it around, and when he does, it will certainly be a sight to behold. Last season with the Senators, tied for the lead league in homers. That was 10 with Andrew Williamson. The kick and the 0-1. Outside. Groen had a clutch game-tying homer in the 9th inning last time these teams played at Frank Mann. The 1-1. Swung and pulled on the ground. Bouncer to third. Powell gloves. Delivers to Echeverria, and that will do it for the 4th. 3 up, 3 down for the Senators. We go bottom 4. Southern Maryland in front, 1-0. We're back after this on the Senators Baseball Network.
Want to help the Senators? You can help fuel the team and carry them to victory by becoming a game day meal sponsor. For $250, you provide a pregame meal for the Senators players and staff. If you sign up, you'll receive 4 season passes to home games, a game time announcement, along with commercials on all Southern Maryland Senators broadcasts throughout the season. Both corporate and private donors are welcome. To sign up today, contact info@somdsenators.com. If you want to stay up to date with all things Senators, follow the collegiate team's social media accounts. You can follow the team at Southern MD Senators on Instagram or Go SOMD Senators on X to keep up with the team. You'll get score updates, final score graphics, access to articles, and so much more. Go check out the Senators on social media and don't miss a moment this season.
Americans around the country tomorrow night celebrate the 249th birthday of this great country. But for this evening, we get to play some baseball in the Cal Ripken League. Senators and Aces, we had bottom 4, Southern Maryland in front 1-0 over Alexandria. Senators got the only run back in the first inning with the leadoff man. So about as quickly as they could score a run, the Senators did, and both offensives have been quiet ever since. To the plate comes Derek Almeida. He'll lead off the 4th. First pitch is up and in for ball 1. Well, Almeida was at the plate last inning. He gets a fresh count here after Toby Huber was caught stealing of second base. A 1-0. Called strike with a fastball. Aiden Milburn's been great this evening. Another efficient one in the third after a great first inning where he only had to throw 7 pitches. A 1-1. Swung on and lifted deep into the left center field gap. Over there goes Trock. He's got room and makes the shoulder high grab for out number 1. Beautiful night from Frankman Field. Sun setting over the trees out in left field. Temperature in the high 80s. Flag blowing from left to right in the outfield. Got a beautiful presentation of the Star-Spangled Banner pregame. Echeverria takes low and away, ball 1. He went down swinging back in the first inning. His only time up tonight. Has been a catcher throughout the season, playing first base this evening. Here it comes, swung on and bounced towards third, past the diving glove of Cook. It's into the left field corner. Echeverria hustling towards second. Throw goes to the bag, and it's past Cale Vincent. He was unable to pick the one-hopper from Logan Tribble, and so Echeverria reaches safely. Seemed like they might have had the throw there in time, but a tough play to be made for Vincent. A man in scoring position with only 1 out in the bottom of 4. In steps Michael Powell, trying to generate some offense for the Aces, one that has laid dormant all game. Third best batting average in the league, but 6th in terms of runs. They've struggled to score runners when they've got them on. Milburn looks back at second, the pitch. Fastball strike. Bumping the heat tonight. Milburn fastball, slider, changeup. Powell 5 for his last 11 with 5 runs batted in. Really becoming dangerous as the season's gone along. 0-1. Swung on a tapped foul at home. Midway through this Cal Ripken League season, Senators have played 21 games. Just under that at 19 for the Aces this year. Set to play 40, wondering how that will shake up with all the cancellations. 0-2, misses inside with a slider. One away, bottom of the 4th inning. Senators 1, Aces 0. 2-1. Swinging a foul, tip, strike 2. Nichols absolutely loves it. And it seemed like it was 3 strikes. It was a first pitch called strike and then a foul ball, and then that a moment ago would seemingly be strike 3. They head up on the scoreboard 2-1. That's what the umpire signaled before that pitch. But I was thinking to myself that it was 2 strikes. So Middleton out of the dugout. Umpires come together. So they will rule it strike number 3. Chris Bursett out to argue himself now. And that explains the hype from Jack Nichols after the pitch. In his mind, it was strike number 3. In the batter Powell's mind, it was strike 2. So Nichols all pumped up to get strike number 3, and there's 2 outs in the inning. Bursett's still going to argue it, but Nonetheless, the call will stand. It'll be 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th inning, 1-0 Senators. Now that's a big strikeout for Aiden Milburn. There's 2 away. That brings up a man who struck out his first time up, Trip Capers. Milburn struck out 2 back in that 2nd inning. Capers one of them. It's the center fielder this evening. First pitch, swing and a miss. Trip Capers had a monster game the 2nd time against the Senators. Went 2 for 4 with a double, knocked in 2 runs as well. Milburn comes set at the chest. Is 0-1. Waved at, strike 2. Boy, Milburn's working with the ace stuff tonight. He's only walked 1 thus far. A big step in the right direction for Aiden. He's ready. Long look to second. The pitch. Cold, strike 3. Got him looking. Aiden Milburn throwing a gem through 4. Aces leave one stranded in the 4th inning after Echeverria laced a 1-out double. Senators in front, 1-0. We head to the 5th inning. Southern Maryland trying to tack on to their lead with 6, 7, 8 in the order due up.
The newest addition to the Senators family is the Maryland Lady Senators softball team. With an 18U team forming, 14U and 10U teams, the Lady Senators coaches and staff strive to help players reach their fullest potential both on and off the field. With the team just finishing their 2nd season, you can join in the future by registering at ladysenators.com.
Senators have only reached 3 times in this contest. Nonetheless, they lead 1-0 as we head top 5, Southern Maryland and Alexandria. Battling for supremacy in the South Division, Aces 11-7 lead things. Senators a half game back at 12-9 this season. Over in the North, it's the Big Train dominating 16-6. 3 games behind them are the Crop Dusters. And then just a half game back of the Crop Dusters are the T-Bolts at 12-9 this year, and then down in the basement are the Giants, 4-20 this year. They just have not been able to put it together at all after they were the best team in the North last season. Aces trying to once again remain dominant over the South as they did a year ago. First pitch to Dawson Smale. He swings and smacks one foul towards the first base dugout of the Senators. It's been a pitcher's duel, to say the least, so far tonight. The 0-1. Smale takes outside. Count levels off the ball and a strike. So Christopher giving Alexandria a great start this evening, despite giving up the 1 run back in the 1st inning. That will ultimately go down as unearned, the pitch, in the dirt, ball 2. Christopher, a 2.87 ERA coming in tonight. and made 2 appearances out of the bullpen earlier in the season. Then they moved him into a starting role. 2-1, high and in. Christopher has walked 1 tonight. That was Nick Flores back in the 3rd inning. He was ultimately thrown out at home trying to tag up on a sac fly to right field. 3-1 in the dirt, ball 4. Smale with a 5-pitch walk. Senators trying to get something brewing in the 5th. In steps Jax Nichols, who had a good performance off the bench the other night against the Thunderbolts. Nichols there ripped a double in the 8th inning. Came on as a replacement for the injured Chet Bowling. The set and the pitch. Smale is off, and it's popped up foul back behind home. Smale with some speed. 5 steals this season. Jax Nichols at the plate. Boy, is he a fun guy to be around. Also, just always urging on the team. I'm going to go. You could hear him yelling at the pitcher, Aiden Milburn. He was hyped up. Throw over to first. Back standing goes Smale. No outs, runner on. Bottom of the 5th inning. Senators 1, Aces nothing right here on the Senators Baseball Network. Fourth meeting between these two this season. The 0-1 swung on and bounced to short. They flip on to second, get one. Huber's relay to first in time, and they turn 2. So nice work up the middle by Almeida and Huber, and there's 2 down in the 5th. Into the left-handed batter's box steps Calvin Cook. Popped up to short back to end the 2nd inning. Steps into the box with 2-way in the top of 5. First pitch, a breaking ball in there, strike 1. Christopher fooled him with a first pitch breaking ball. The kick and the pitch. Swung on and bounced to the first baseman. That's Echeverria. He flips on underhand to Christopher, who steps on the bag to end the inning. So the Aces pitching has done a great job. Mason Christopher has only given up 1 run across 5 innings. Aces bats, they got to get going if Alexandria has any hope tonight. We go to the bottom 5 with 7, 8, 9 coming up for the Aces. Aiden Milburn trying to keep it rolling on the bump.
A warm, sunny afternoon, hot dog in hand, water in the other, watching a baseball game. What's better than that? Well, not much. If you want to make that fantasy a reality, you can check out the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Founded in 2006, the Blue Crabs are part of the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball. Search SOMDBlueCrabs.com to get tickets today. The Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, Southern Maryland's only pro sports team. Need industry-leading equipment for leaf blowers, lawnmowers, boat trailers, and more? Guy Brothers Marine can help. Need maintenance or repair on equipment? Guy Brothers Marine can help. Family owned and operated, they take pride in everything they do. They have a reputation for fixing what others can't. For more on equipment and repair, check out GuyBrothersMarine.com today. Guy Brothers Marine. Their commitment to serving customers is priority 1.
Bottom 5, Senators and Aces from Frankman Field in beautiful Alexandria, Virginia. Boy, has it turned into a nice night. First pitch to Scheiman is up and away, ball 1. Temperature in the high 80s. Sun just above the tree line out in left field. Trees line left and center, and then a parking lot in right field. There's the 1-0. Scheiman swings and taps it foul left to home. American flag stands still out in center field. Not much wind for the moment. Now it picks up a little bit, blowing left to right. Senators 1, Aces nothing. Bottom of the 5th inning. The 1-1. Swung on it, popped in the air. Left side of the infield, foul ground. Over there goes Cook. Ranges back towards fair ground and makes the catch. 1 away. So a big first out for the ever-efficient Aiden Milburn. Boy, has he been great tonight. Took only 7 pitches back in the first inning. This is a guy getting big-time experience with the Senators this summer. This year as a redshirt freshman over at Binghamton University. Pitched in 14 games. Did give up a decent amount of runs there, but it was mostly the hits that cost him. First pitch backs up Riley Norton for ball 1. Riley Norton flew out to right field back to end the 2nd inning. Aces offense still quiet tonight. Southern Maryland bats also far different from their normal selves. The 1-0 fastball upstairs. When Milburn has been able to limit the free pass, he has been great. 2-0, swing and a miss. That was even the case over at Binghamton. And in all but one game where he gave up runs, he walked at least one batter. And in 4 of the 6 scoreless appearances he had, he didn't surrender a single walk. So, not walking batters, a huge piece for Aiden Milburn. He's only given up 1 tonight. A 2-1. Waved at, strike 2. That time, Norton out in front of a slider, down and away. Milburn's just got these hitters guessing at the moment. From the windup, his 2-2. Swing and a miss. He got him and lets out a grunt. Milburn hyped up. 2 away in the 5th. 5th strikeout of the night for Aiden Milburn. Putting it together tonight. And to the plate comes Adam Sahibzada. Left-handed hitting left fielder. First offering. He takes up and away, ball 1. Adam has been playing great ball as a recent. 5 for his last 8 at the dish. 2 home runs in that time. 9 runs batted in. The 1-0 fouled to the screen. .6'3" power hitter out of George Washington. Utility guy for this team as well. The pitch. Fastball outside, 2-1. Milburn was great in summer collegiate ball last year with the Kingsport Axemen over in the Appalachian League. 2-1. Swung on and flown into right center field. Groen chases out near the warning track. He hauls it in to retire the side. So 5 clean innings from Aiden Milburn. Senators 1, Aces 0. Going to the 6th on the Senators Baseball Network.
If you want to stay up to date with all things Senators, follow the collegiate team's social media accounts. You can follow the team at Southern MD Senators on Instagram or Go SOMD Senators on X to keep up with the team. You'll get score updates, final score graphics, access to articles, and so much more. Go check out the Senators on social media and don't miss a moment this season. If you or your child is searching for a youth baseball team, you're looking in the right place. The Maryland Senators Elite Travel Baseball Team competes in tournaments and showcases around the country. Featuring teams from 8 to 18U, the Senators work hard to prepare players for the next level by teaching confidence, a winning attitude, and the importance of character by being a great student, teammate, and individual. Get more information by searching MarylandSenators.com, the place to be for travel baseball in Maryland.
Well, only one run tonight for either side. Senators and Aces, Southern Maryland in front 1-0 as we go top six. To lead things off is the 9-hitter, Cale Vincent. Playing second base this evening for Scott Middleton. The only position he's played defensively for Middleton this season. First offering, Vincent squares to bump, pulls it back on a strike at the bottom of the zone. Vincent came on as a pinch hitter and struck out his only time to the plate on Monday against the Thunderbolts. Batting .158 this season, the 0-1, waved at strike two. Scott Middleton, however, not too concerned. Likes what Vincent brings to this team. Feels like he's got a big veteran presence, very good in the field. 0-2, outside ball one. Cale Vincent out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee. The 1-2. Swung on and popped in the air, right side of the infield. Echeverria underneath it, and he will put away one down. In comes the man who's caused the damage this evening. Had a single back in the first inning, came around to score. Only run tonight. In the third, he nearly scored again on an Adam Truck flyout. It was at third base, tried to tag up, but it was a beautiful throw to the plate by John Colligan out in right field to gun down Flores. First pitch, Flores takes in the dirt, ball one. Head coach Middleton really hyped him up preseason as he delivered. Batting .330, the 1-0 upstairs, ball two. Even when Flores was a little cold to begin this season, he was still consistently batting .250. The pitch. Swung on and lined into left field, right at Saibzada, who makes the grab, 2 down. So a quick couple of outs in the 6th inning, and this game has been flying by tonight.
Up to bat for the Senators, number 18, Adam Truck.
In steps Adam Truck, 0 for 2 tonight. Ground out and a fly out. He's got out of this world speed. Leads the team with 13 steals. First offering, he swings at and flies into medium deep right field. Colligan barely has to move a step and makes the grab. That'll end the inning. 3 up, 3 down in the 6th for the Senators. Aces trying to get their offense going after they've been quiet all evening. Southern Maryland 1, Aces 0. Back for the bottom of 6 after this.
Eternal Couture Sports makes your design ideas come to life. From sports uniforms to vehicle lettering, custom t-shirts, yard signs, and more, EC Sports has you covered. They're ready to suggest new design ideas for your company logo, team uniforms, or personal apparel. Based in Waldorf, Maryland, EC Sports is here to match your design needs. To learn more, visit ecsportsdmv.net today. The news: need industry-leading equipment for leaf blowers, lawnmowers, boat trailers, and more? Guy Brothers Marine can help. Need maintenance or repair on equipment? Guy Brothers Marine can help. Family owned and operated, they take pride in everything they do. They have a reputation for fixing what others can't. For more on equipment and repair, check out GuyBrothersMarine.com today. Guy Brothers Marine. Their commitment to serving customers is priority one.
As they said in a very popular song back in the 70s, oh, what a night for Aiden Milburn. He went 5 innings, only gave up 1 hit, no runs, struck out 5 in the line for a win at the moment. 1-0 Senators as we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Neither team has scored a run since way back in the first, where Southern Maryland's cracked into the scoring column. Offense been hard to come by this evening. The leadoff man, Toby Huber, back up to the plate. He's 1 for 2 this evening, was caught stealing. First pitch is outside to him. Reached on an infield single back in the 3rd inning. Walsh comes set at the belt. Is 1-0. Swing and a miss. Lively fastball that time. And nice rest for these bullpen arms. Likely going to get some of their best stuff tonight that they've had in a couple of weeks. Walsh had to make 3 appearances in less than a week for the Senators. Now 1-1. Outside, ball 2. Huber check swung but held up. No outs, bottom of the 6th inning. Senators and Aces. Southern Maryland leads by 1. The 2-1. Waved at. Walsh, last time he pitched was over the weekend of the doubleheader against the Big Train. Through 2 innings, only gave up 1 run. 3 hits, struck out 2. Before that was only needed to face 2 batters against the Giants. 2-2 in the dirt, blocked by Nichols. Boy, recently Michael Walsh has been great for the Senators, giving them distance out of the pen. Only rocky outing was his first one of the season. 3-2. Called strike 3. Got him looking with a fastball at the knees. Leadoff man is retired, and that's beautiful execution for Michael Walsh.
Now batting, number 21, John Colligan.
In steps John Colligan. Hitless in 2 trips. Has grounded out and flown out. Sun now below the trees and left. First pitch upstairs. Walsh, a 6'1" left-hander, will be going into his senior year over at VCU. College teammates with Nick Flores. A 1-0. In there at the knees. It's John Colligan at the plate. Knew he was special when he was a first-team all-conference selection as a sophomore. The 1-1. Swung on a popped out of play. Back in high school, Colligan was recognized early by some colleges. Colligan finished his high school career with a .350 batting average, stole 21 bases as well. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and bounced to second. Vincent gloves and throws out Colligan. 2 down.
Now batting, number 1, Derek Almeida.
Ever efficient is Michael Walsh tonight. 2 up, 2 down in the 6th, and here comes Derek Almeida. Hitless in 2 trips this evening. Lefty on righty to Almeida. First offering is in the dirt, ball 1. Almeida over the weekend finished 2 for 7 with a double in the 2 games versus Bethesda. I was back on Saturday. Senators played him in a doubleheader the next day. The 1-0. Swung on and flown into medium deep left center. Out goes Trock near the warning track, and he will stop and make the grab to end the inning. So quick work from Michael Walsh in the 6th. He's got a big smile on his face getting back to the dugout. Senators in front, 1-0. We go to the 7th inning as this game chugs along. Southern Maryland trying to add on some more. 3, 4, 5 coming up in the order.
Whether you're a player or aspire to work a job in sports, the Cal Ripken Senior Collegiate Baseball League is the right place for you. With over 250 players each year, the Cal Ripken League helps showcase talent in a competitive environment. If you're seeking a job in sports, the Cal Ripken League offers media and photography internships. To learn more, visit calripkenleague.org today. If you want to stay up to date with all things Senators, follow the collegiate team's social media accounts. You can follow the team at Southern MD Senators on Instagram or Go SOMD Senators on X to keep up with the team. You'll get score updates, final score graphics, access to articles, and so much more. Go check out the Senators on social media and don't miss a moment this season.
Senators 1, Aces nothing as we go top 7 between Southern Maryland and Alexandria live from Frank Mann Field. Boy, is it a beautiful night. Temperature has dipped down into the mid-80s. It was in the low 90s to start this ball game. Now it is a beautiful evening. Sun still trying to poke through the trees out in left field, and to the plate comes Logan Tribble. Only run in this ball game came way back in the top of the 1st. Even better than that with the first batter of the ball game. That was Nick Flores for the Senators, who reached with a single and came around to score. Logan Tribble for the 3rd time tonight takes the first pitch upstairs from Mason Christopher. Christopher giving Crisper Set some great distance in the start this evening. And now the umpire issuing some sort of warning out to the bullpen for the Aces. Time called by our home plate umpire, an awkward moment. And now we're ready to play ball. The pitch. Swinging a jam shot into shallow right center. And coming on is Callaghan, who will make the grab. One down. It's a tough play for Callaghan, but hung up longer than it looked like it would. And this will be lefty on lefty with Steven Kraus coming to the plate. Top 7, 1-0 Senators with one out.
Up to bat.
Kraus, the starting first baseman this evening for Scott Middleton. Plays his college ball over at Binghamton University.
Kraus.
Kraus got to play in both games at regionals. The pitch upstairs for ball one. Binghamton won the America East Conference. They went on to play in NCAA regionals. Kraus played against Georgia and Oklahoma State. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Excuse me, that's strike one. Binghamton just ran into a gauntlet at regionals. Two tough teams to play, but boy, were they great in their conference this year. The 1-1. Kraus backs up ball two. Scott Middleton preseason was very complimentary of Kraus. Feels like he brings a power bat into this lineup. 2-1. Swung on and bounced through the right side. Base hit. So a one-out base runner for the Senators in the 7th. And Steven Kraus is aboard. Here comes Carter Groen to the plate. A man that's made some solid contact tonight, but unfortunately right at guys. Back in the first inning, he laced one up the middle, a one-hopper, but Mason Christopher was somehow able to glove it on the mound. There's one out with a man on in the top of the 7th. 1-0 Senators. Christopher lets his left arm dangle. Comes set at the A on the upper left chest. The first pitch, low and away, ball one. Aces in their home navy blue jerseys. Got the white type. The Aces logo, just a relatively plain A up in the upper left chest. Lower right part is their numbers. The 1-0. Change up outside, ball two. Rowan's got the power to change the trajectory of this ball game with only one cut. Hit a game-tying homer the last time at Frank Mann Field. 2-0. Popped out of play into the parking lot. Two areas for parking here at Frank Mann Field. One back behind home plate and one out behind right field. Just feels like there's always a lot of tension every time these two teams play. Two of the best in the South. The pitch. Swung on and bounced to third, and it takes a tough hop and eats up Powell. Into second goes Kraus, growing safely at first. And now there's two men on with only one out. Senators got something brewing in the 7th. Boy, that's a tough break for Mason Christopher. Induced what should have been a double play ball. And then because of the tough hop on the edge of the grass, it eats up Powell, and the Senators have two men on. Dawson Smale waits in the on-deck circle. He'll be the next to bat. We're out to have a chat with Christopher on the bump. Left side of the infield, Derek Almeida and Michael Powell there to join him. So they'll elect to keep Christopher in the ball game. He's gone a long time already. Through 6 1/3. There's one out in the top of the 7th. 2 men aboard. Senators lead 1-0. It has been zeros on both sides since the top of the first inning, where Nick Flores reached with a leadoff single and came around to score. Gone a long time without a run. The utility DHing tonight, Dawson Smale. First offering, he swings and pops it down the left field line. Foul ground. There goes Sabzado, who slides and can't make the grab. Would have been a tough running play for him anyway. Wasn't a heck of an effort. But Smale has new life. Made the start on Monday night against the Thunderbolts. Was replaced in the 6th inning by Alex Martin defensively. Scott Middleton loves Smale because he truly can do it all. Mentioned a utility, the 0-1. Went through on a check swing, strike 2. But utility doesn't really tell the whole story. He's almost a super utility. He made an appearance on the mound earlier this season. Can play the infield, can play the outfield. The 0-2. Swinging a soft grounder to second. Huber flips onto Almeida. No throw to be had at first. So they get Groen advancing to second. It'll go down as a fielder's choice. So 2 men aboard with 2 outs for Jax Nichols. He launched the go-ahead homer last time these teams played in Alexandria. That was a big moment for Southern Maryland that helped extend at that moment their 7-game winning streak. It ultimately ended after 9 games. It was the Aces last time these teams met that snapped the winning streak. First offering to Nichols. He swings and pops it up foul behind home. Left-hander Christopher already with quite the outing. Comes set. The 0-1 in the dirt, blocked by Scheiman. Well, that block saves a run. Kraus at third, Smale at first. Smale fast, but extra risk with a lefty on the mound. The 1-1. Swung on and ripped into the left center field gap. That's down and will one-hop the wall. Nichols around first, heading towards second. Kraus in to score. Smale hustling home. He's in with ease. Senators add 2 more in the 7th. They lead 3-0. Just seems like Nichols always rises to the occasion. That'll do it tonight for Mason Christopher, who was magnificent in the start. However, a loss may be tacked on to his record this evening. 3-0 Senators, top of the 7th inning with 2 outs. They still got a man in scoring position, trying to add on a couple more. New arm out of the bullpen to introduce you to for the Aces after this. Senators 3, Aces 0 on the Senators Baseball Network.
Thermal Comfort provides heating and air conditioning for newly constructed custom homes in Northern Virginia and select areas in Maryland. They service all systems, operational or non-operational, while providing free estimates for new systems. Go to thermalcomfortllc.com and choose the easier way to upgrade your heating and cooling system. Eternal Couture Sports makes your design ideas come to life. From sports uniforms to vehicle lettering, custom t-shirts, yard signs, and more, EC Sports has you covered. They're ready to suggest new design ideas for your company logo, team uniforms, or personal apparel. Based in Waldorf, Maryland, EC Sports is here to match your design needs. To learn more, visit ecsportsdmv.net today.
Sky highlighted a beautiful orange out behind left field. Live from Frankman Field, Senators 3, Aces nothing. Top of the 7th inning, Southern Maryland trying to add on a couple of more. It has been a pitcher's duel this evening. Noah Hout on out of the bullpen. First offering is swung on and bounced to third. In charges Powell. Glove spins, throws to first in time. Nice play by the third baseman, and that'll do it for the 7th. Senators able to tack on 2 more in the inning and add on some needed insurance. 3-0 Southern Maryland in the lead. We go to the bottom of 7th. Senators trying to keep the score right where it is.
Seeking investment management help? Well, look no further than GDS Investments. With over 20 years of experience, Glenn Surwick has the knowledge and experience to help you make informed investment decisions. The company maintains full transparency, allowing you to view your account activity at any time so there are no delays or surprises. Go to gdsinvestments.com today to learn more. GDS Investments, there to guide you when the winds change. Need industry-leading equipment for leaf blowers, lawnmowers, boat trailers, and more? Guy Brothers Marine can help. Need maintenance or repair on equipment? Guy Brothers Marine can help. Family owned and operated, they take pride in everything they do. They have a reputation for fixing what others can't. For more on equipment and repair, check out GuyBrothersMarine.com today. Guy Brothers Marine, their commitment to serving customers is priority one.
Something about Jax Nichols and big moments at this field. First time these teams played, he hit a go-ahead homer in the 9th inning, and there in the 7th, he delivers what feels like an ever-important 2-run double. Senators move in front 3-0 in what's been an absolute classic of a pitcher's duel tonight. Michael Walsh remains in the game for Southern Maryland. Came on last inning for Aiden Milburn, did exactly his job out of the bullpen. Surrendered the first 3 guys he faced. So to lead off the 7th, in steps Ernie Echeverria. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Double back in the 4th inning. Was ultimately left stranded. It's just been a lack of base runners throughout the ball game for Alexandria. First pitch, Echeverria takes a fastball strike at the knees. Just 3 men left on base tonight for the Aces. They got to get some offense going, and they got to do it now. The pitch down and in. That perhaps a big confidence-boosting double earlier tonight to perhaps lift Echeverria out of a slump. The 1-1. Swung on and lined into the left field. It's down in front of Tribble and a leadoff base hit. Well, the slump no more. 2 for 3 tonight. Ernie Echeverria is putting it together. So a man aboard with no outs in the bottom of the 7th. 3-0 Senators, and in steps Michael Powell. One of the most consistent guys on this team. Lefty on lefty matchup. Saying 6'3". Was hot coming in tonight. First pitch. Ran in and hit him. So 2 men aboard, and Jax Nichols had a quick look at the dugout, and out comes Scott Middleton. He's going to make the point to the bullpen, and that will do it for Michael Walsh. With arms to work tonight, you knew that the leash would be a little shorter for Walsh this evening in a tight game. Walsh, good outing out of the bullpen. Through 1 inning, did allow the 2 to reach this inning, but set him down in order in the 6th. So he's responsible for the 2 runners that have reached thus far. Nate Berzotsky will be the new man out of the pen for Scott Middleton. We'll tell you more about him after this. Senators 3, Aces nothing on the Senators Baseball Network.
A warm, sunny afternoon, hot dog in hand, water in the other, watching a baseball game. What's better than that? Well, not much. If you want to make that fantasy a reality, you can check out the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Founded in 2006, the Blue Crabs are part of the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball. Search SOMDBlueCrabs.com to get tickets today. The Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, Southern Maryland's only pro sports team. Want to help the Senators? You can help fuel the team and carry them to victory by becoming a game day meal sponsor. For $250, you provide a pregame meal for the Senators players and staff. If you sign up, you'll receive 4 season passes to home games, a game time announcement, along with commercials on all Southern Maryland Senators broadcasts throughout the season. Both corporate and private donors are welcome. To sign up today, contact info@somdsenators.com.
In comes Nate Berzotsky, one of the best arms out of the bullpen for the Senators. This season, he has only given up 1 earned run across 15 innings pitched. Struck out 15, walked 7, given up 7 hits. 3-0 record, recorded winning decisions in each of his first 3 appearances this season. Pitched across 6 different games. His best appearance was a little over a week and a half ago, back on June 21st against the Braves. Threw 4 2/3, only gave up 1 hit, struck out 4. Didn't allow any other base runners other than the 1 base hit. So Tripp capers to lead things off, first offering low and away, ball 1. 2 men aboard, no outs, bottom of the 7th inning. Berzotsky in to relieve Michael Walsh. The 1-0, swing and a miss. Berzotsky, only time he's walked more than 1 batter in appearance was back in his first outing of the season. Way back on June 6th at home against the Braves. A look back at second, the 1-1. Swung on and popped into the air. Middle of the infield. Calling for it is the third baseman, Cook. He will put it away for out number 1. So a phenomenal first out for Nate Berzotsky that will keep the runners where they are. And that brings DJ Scheinman to the plate. Third time up tonight, reached on an error back in the 2nd inning. Popped up to the third baseman his last time. First pitch, changeup inside, ball 1. Just barely missed with that one. Scheinman, a switch hitting catcher, batting left-handed. Senators pitching has gone righty, lefty, righty tonight The 1-0. Curveball in there, 1-1. Just found the down and away corner. Nichols hyping him up from behind home. He has really propelled these pitchers tonight into a number of great performances. First from Aiden Milburn, who went 5 innings and didn't allow a run. 1-1. Inside, ball 2. Nichols really thought it was in there. Well, how about this for Scheiman? This just shows you how productive he is at batting, even if he's not getting hits. 1 of his last 7, but 5 runs batted in that time. 2-1. In the dirt, blocked by Nichols. Clutch block. And Nichols has really come on strong throughout the season. Made a couple of errors his first time catching this season for the Senators, way back in the first home game of the season. Since then, he's been great behind the dish. Brzezinski gets the sign with the low set at the belt. 3-1. Check swing foul. Towards the third base dugout of the Aces, and it's a full count. Nichols out to talk briefly with Brzezinski. Now this is a little bit of an extended conversation. Gives him a pat on the back and heads back to the catching position. 3 balls and 2 strikes, 2 men aboard, 1 out, bottom of the 7th. Senators 3, Aces nothing. Alexandria trying to get some offense going. Big pitch coming. 3-2 in the dirt. He walked him. So the bases are loaded for the Aces. And in steps the right-handed hitting Riley Norton. He's really struggled with the strikeouts this season, but he's been able to record some hits recently, which he really struggled to do early on in the season. 18 strikeouts compared to only 3 walks for Norton.
Up to bat.
1 out, bases loaded. Bottom of the 7th inning, Chris Brissett just had a brief chat with Norton down the third base side. From the windup, the pitch in the dirt, ball 1. Norton with a big chain over his chest. The jersey down 2 buttons. The 1-0, high and tight, ball 2. And Ryan Castelvage will call time from the umpire and come out and have a chat with Nate Brzezinski, trying to calm down the young incoming freshman. This is the rockiest he's been in an appearance with the Senators. This fall, he'll go over and pitch at Mount St. Mary's. Native of Berlin, Maryland, so one of those few local guys for Scott Middleton on this roster. Features a mid-80s fastball, curveball, and changeup.
Let's go, Riley. Come on, Elon.
Brzezinski has really risen to the test this summer. Now maybe the final tonight, the 2-0 in the dirt, blocked by Nichols. He's missed with a couple of fastballs low. Now it's a hitter-friendly count to Riley Norton. Norton out of Elon. Wears his college helmet, the 3-0 upstairs. And that's a walk on 4 pitches. Well, not what you want there. Aces walk home run and are threatening with more. And exactly who you want to the plate, Adham Sahibzada.
Adham Sahibzada.
He earlier last week had a grand slam. That is in line here. First offering, he takes in the dirt ball one. It's another fastball low. So Hibzada 5 for his last 8 at the plate. The 1-0 waved at 1-1. That time got him swinging on the curveball. Just feels like Berzonski's got to get some command over the fastball at the moment. The pitch in the dirt. Once again, the hitter. Sahibzada in those last 8 at-bats where he had 5 hits, 2 home runs as well, and 9 runs batted in. Chance to add on some more. The 1-1. Swung on and pops in the air. Foul territory. Nichols will give it a close look, and it's in the seats. Just barely bouncing out of play. Two balls and 2 strikes on the 6'3" left-handed hitting Sahibzada. 1 out, bottom of the 7th. Aces threatening with more. They've already pushed across 1 in the inning. Senators with a 2-run lead. The set. The pitch. Swinging a chopper foul first base side. Corners of the infield in. Middle infield, double play depth. Outfield playing back a little bit. Wind remains stagnant. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him. Took something off at that time, and down goes Sahibzada swinging. Big first bunch out for Nate Berzonski. And after he walked home run, comes up with a clutch strikeout. Lineup card flips over to Tony Huber. Still 3 men on with 2 outs in the inning. 3-1 Senators. First offering to Huber is in there, strike 1. Huber 1 for 3 this evening. Struck out looking last time up. Single back in the 3rd. 0-1. Curveball at the knees, strike 2. That's a pretty pitch by Berzonski. Huber coming in tonight against the Senators was 2 for 7 on this season. Putting it together recently, 4 of his last 10. The pitch. Foul back to the parking lot. Huber just a little underneath that one. Was right on it. Sun has gone down out behind left field. Still a pretty orange fills the sky in that direction. The pitch. Swung on and lined into right field. It's down in front of Groen. 1 run will score, and they hold the next one at 3rd. So it's only 1 run on a single and an RBI by Toby Huber. Still 2 outs in the 7th, and this will be a huge AB for John Colligan. Surprising to see Michael Powell held at 3rd the way it was. Excuse me, DJ Scheinman, the catcher. The pitch, fastball low. Seemed like Scheinman might have time to get home on a ball that Groen booted a little bit out in right field. Just hopped up into his chest. He had a tough time handling it. The 1-0. Change up low, ball 2. Two outs, home half of the 7th. 3-2 Senators trying to hang on to this late lead. Aces threatening with more in the 7th. They've already got 2. The pitch. Swing and a check swing back to the mound. Berzonski bobbles with it a little bit, throws on to first, and that will do it. So a clutch final out for Nate Berzonski, who holds the line for the Senators. They're still in front, 3-2. Boy, Aces tested the limits there in the 7th. 1-run lead for Southern Maryland as we head to the 8th inning. Senators trying to add on some more insurance. 9-1-2 coming up in the order.
Seeking investment management help? Well, look no further than GDS Investments. With over 20 years of experience, Glenn Surwick has the knowledge and experience to help you make informed investment decisions. The company maintains full transparency, allowing you to view your account activity at any time so there are no delays or surprises. Go to gdsinvestments.com today to learn more. GDS Investments, there to guide you when the winds change. Whether you're a player or aspire to work a job in sports, the Cal Ripken Senior Collegiate Baseball League is the right place for you. With over 250 players each year, the Cal Ripken League helps showcase talent in a competitive environment. If you're seeking a job in sports, the Cal Ripken League offers media and photography internships. To learn more, visit calripkenleague.org today.
So Noah Hout remains in this ball game after Alexandria really tested the limits in that bottom 7. Senators still in front by a run as we go top 8. Gail Vinson leading things off for Southern Maryland. Tonight, Vinson 0 for 2, couple of flyouts.
Up to bat, leading things off for the Senators, number 12.
Scott Middleton was really high when Vinson announced that he'd be joining the team earlier in the month of June. He was a late add-on due to some injuries. A couple of guys have left the Senators as well. Lucas Grantham reporting to Georgia State. He's a transfer there. First offering to Vincent, up and in, ball 1. Senators also recently losing Jack Ewert, who was a second baseman, hence why Vincent is now becoming the starting second baseman for the Senators. 1-0. Swung on a foul to the screen. Gail Vinson brings a lot of veteran presence to this team, going into his senior year over at Middle Tennessee State. Also a native of Murfreesboro. The 1-1 in there, and it hit him. So just what the doctor ordered, leadoff man on for the Senators, and it's back to the top of the order. Most dangerous part of the lineup, Scott Middleton constructed it exactly this way.
Number 5, Nick Flores.
Likes for the bottom of the order to jumpstart things, and then the top to really deliver. Opportunity for Nick Flores to get things rolling in the 8th inning. No outs, top 8, 3-2 Senators. First offering, Flores takes a fastball strike. It's the 5th appearance this season for Noah Hout. 3.0 ERA. 7 strikeouts. He's given up 6 walks. The pitch. Swung on and bounced to short. Almeida flips on to Huber. Relay to first. In time. And they twist it up the middle. And there's 2 away in the 8th.
Up to
In steps the left-handed hitting Adam Trock. Hitless in 3 trips. His speed always a threat. Has reached on a number of infield singles this season. The first pitch up and away, ball 1. But he also has hit a ton of line shots this year. Coming into this contest was batting .375. The pitch, check swing, and it's a called strike. Two away in the top of 8. The pitch, high and outside. (3-2), Senators lead by 1. Adam Trock out of Duke University, native of Bethesda, Maryland. 2-1, swung on a foul back, 2-2. So Bethesda, Maryland, the home city of Adam Trock. In fact, not where the Bethesda Big Train actually play their ball games. That is in the bordering town of Rockville, Maryland. Although the Big Train, of course, named after the city of Bethesda. 2-2. Waved at a miss, strike 3. So down goes Trock, chasing up out of the zone. And that will do it in the 8th inning for the Senators. We go to the bottom half. Aces trying to even up this ball game. They've got 3-4-5 in the order. 3-2, excuse me. Southern Maryland in front. You're listening on the Senators Baseball Network.
Seeking investment management help? Well, look no further than GDS Investments. With over 20 years of experience, Glenn Surwick has the knowledge and experience to help you make informed investment decisions. The company maintains full transparency, allowing you to view your account activity at any time so there are no delays or surprises. Go to gdsinvestments.com today to learn more. GDS Investments, there to guide you when the winds change. The newest addition to the Senators family is the Maryland Lady Senators softball team. With an 18U team forming, 14U and 10U teams, the Lady Senators coaches and staff strive to help players reach their fullest potential both on and off the field. With the team just finishing their 2nd season, you can join in the future by registering at ladysenators.com.
Moon rising behind home plate. Sun set down below the trees out and left, still emanating a beautiful orange in the night sky. Boy, is it pretty tonight from Frank Manfield, and it's been a wonderful ball game we've been treated to tonight. 3-2, Senators in front as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. To lead things off in the 3 spot is Derek Almeida. He's 0 for 3 this evening. Almeida, the last time around against the Senators was in the leadoff spot. So very familiar with jump-starting the offense, getting things going. First pitch strike on the outer edge. Almeida shakes his head in disappointment as he takes a look down to third base coach and head coach Chris Bursett. In his 6th season with the Aces, the 0-1 swung on and popped in the air, foul territory, out of play down the right side. Boy, has Chris Bursett turned this thing around for the Aces. They've been in this Cal Ripken League for a while now. As they said before the game, 17th season. But it's just been over the last couple they've been a powerhouse. 0-2. Low and away. Ball 1. No outs in the bottom of the 8th. 3-2 Senators. From the windup, here's the pitch. Swinging a bouncer to third. Cook charges, gloves, throws to first. Not in time. Almeida beats it out on a play that Cook slow played it a little bit, and Scott Middleton claps his hands from the first base dugout.
For your Alexandria Aces, number 29, Ernie Echeverria.
So Ernie Echeverria riding a hot night will come to the plate, but before that, that'll be all for Nate Berzonsky, who comes out of this ball game. All told, he only threw 1 inning. Didn't give up a single run himself. Both that scored off of him will be tabbed to the name of Michael Walsh. So all things told, pretty good out of the pen from Nate Berzonsky, trying to limit things for the Senators. They got a 1-run lead, and trying to hang on to it will be Tyler Mitchell, one of the high leverage arms out of the bullpen for Scott Middleton and company. We'll introduce you to him a little more after this break. 1-run lead for the Senators, trying to hold it there. No outs with a runner on in the 8th for Alexandria.
Whether you're a player or aspire to work a job in sports, the Cal Ripken Senior Collegiate Baseball League is the right place for you. With over 250 players each year, the Cal Ripken League helps showcase talent in a competitive environment. If you're seeking a job in sports, the Cal Ripken League offers media and photography internships. To learn more, visit calripkenleague.org today. A warm, sunny afternoon, hot dog in hand, water in the other, watching a baseball game. What's better than that? Well, not much. If you want to make that fantasy a reality, you can check out the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Founded in 2006, the Blue Crabs are part of the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball. Search SOMDBlueCrabs.com to get tickets today. The Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, Southern Maryland's only pro sports team.
So Tyler Mitchell, one of the better arms out of the bullpen for the Senators this season, trying to lock things down in the 8th inning. No outs, bottom 8. Aces have a runner aboard. Leadoff man Derek Almeida reached on an infield single. Runner goes. Pitch is in there, strike 1. Throw it on to second. They got him! Second caught stealing of the night for Jax Nichols. Showcasing the arm tonight, and lets out a primal scream afterwards. My goodness. Have yourself a ball game, young kid. Jax Nichols had a 2 RBI double in the 7th to provide some insurance. The difference maker in this ball game at the moment, and a great catching performance. 0-1, curveball that drops in there, strike 2. Mitchell has largely limited the walks, something he's wanted to work on in these summer months. Steps off the mound. This year played at the college level over at Norfolk State University. Walked 20 batters across 21 2/3 there. The 0-2. High and away, ball 1. College teammates with Kai Queen over at Norfolk State. Kai is no longer with the team, suffered an injury, has been since taken off the roster. 1-2 in the dirt. Well, Echeverria has been magnificent this evening. 2 for 3, double in the 4th, single in the 7th. Struck out swinging his first time to the plate. But he really needed a game like this to try to break out of the slump he was in. Mitchell works out of the set even with no one on. Here's 2-2. Swung on and lined into left field. Dribble, dives, and it's past him. That'll roll all the way to the wall. Echeverria into second, and that's where he'll stop with a 1-out stand-up double. Well, Tribble seemed like he was shifted a little bit to the right. Had to make a long run to go try to make that catch. Unable to get there in time, and up comes Michael Powell. Hitless in 3 trips, but has reached twice. Walking a hit by pitch. Dangerous bat in the order. 5 runs batted in across his last 11 ABs. First offering, takes low, ball 1. Fastball at the shins of Powell. Echeverria, not too much speed to worry about at second. The pitch, swung on a ripped foul. Boy, Trip Capers, watch out. Standing in the on-deck circle. Mentioned not too much speed for Echeverria, but his only 2 steals this season have come in the last couple of games. Powell has largely kept things at status quo against the Senators this season. Coming in tonight against Southern Maryland pitching was 3 for 11. 3 walks as well. Here it comes. In the dirt with a curveball. 2-1. 1 out, bottom of the 8th. 3-2 Southern Maryland in front. Trying to hang on to a late lead. They got 1 in the first inning. 2 in the 7th, matched by the Aces in the bottom half. The 2-1. Curveball strike. 2-2. Powell, left-handed hitter against the 6'2" right-handed throwing Tyler Mitchell. The pitch. Swung on and popped back foul behind home. Tyler Mitchell started his college career playing JUCO ball at Chesapeake College. He spent 2 seasons, struck out 68 batters across 53 1/3 innings there. With the high set, the pitch, fastball outside, count full. After spending those 2 years in the junior college ranks, Mitchell made the leap up to Division I this year with Norfolk State. Getting some great experience with the Senators this summer. 3-2. Swung on and lined up the middle. 2-hopper to Flores, who delivers to first in time. 2 gone. And now the umpire telling them to get the sunglasses off the center fielder. So Trock sticks them in the back pocket and will continue to play out in center field.
Up to bat for the Aces, number
So
5,
on we go.
Capers.
Bottom of the 8th inning. 2 outs. Big at bat for Trip Capers. Also got to keep in mind there's a runner threatening just 90 feet away. First offering, fastball upstairs.
Bring the strobe back.
Capers 3 for his last 10 at the plate. Coming on strong, the 1-0. Curveball in there. Count evens the ball and a strike. Capers has struck out twice this evening on an 0-for-3 ball game. The pitch swung on and popped in the air. Foul territory, left side. There goes Cook. Flores chasing as well. Cook makes the grab to end the inning. So a nice grab and foul ground by Calvin Cook, who had to travel a long ways. And Tyler Mitchell comes out of the bullpen and gets out of trouble for the Senators in the 8th. Top of the 9th, Southern Maryland, one last opportunity to add some insurance with the middle of the order coming up. 3-2, Senators in front. You're listening right here on the Senators Baseball Network.
We've got an offer you won't want to miss out on. Over the summer, the Senators collegiate team will be hosting a youth baseball camp throughout June and July, available to ages 7 through 14. Take the opportunity to get personalized advice from Senators players and coaches and elevate your game to the next level. For specific dates and times, go to somdsenators-cal.com to learn more. A warm, sunny afternoon, hot dog in hand, water in the other, watching a baseball game. What's better than that? Well, not much. If you want to make that fantasy a reality, you can check out the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Founded in 2006, the Blue Crabs are part of the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball. Search somdbluecrabs.com to get tickets today. The Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, Southern Maryland's only pro sports team.
Aces head coach Chris Brissett has really limited the arms he's used tonight. Only 2 to this point, so on remains Noah Hout out of the bullpen. Got a great start out of Mason Christopher, who threw 6 2/3, gave up 3 hits, struck out only 2, but pitched to contact pretty effectively, gave up the 3 runs that the Senators have to this point. Logan Tribble in the 3 spot will lead things off in the 9th inning. He is 0 for 3, reached on an error back in the 1st inning, only time he's been on base. Senators up until that 7th inning really struggled to get any base runners. Prior to that, only had 3 men on. Twice reaching was Nick Flores. The only other guy was Dawson Smale. First pitch to Tribble, he squares the bunt, pops it behind home plate, foul. Here's some fireworks off in the distance. July 3rd tonight. Boy, will people be having fun tomorrow night on a Friday night, 4th of July. '249th birthday of this great country. The kick and the 0-1. Tribble once again tries to lay down a bunt, and it's foul. This country that has given us this great sport of baseball. American pastime. Dating back into the 1800s, it was the first real national sport, the 0-2 in the dirt, ball 1. Back in the late 1800s, early 1900s, you didn't have something to do. You went and watched baseball. The 1-2, swinging a jam shot, flare into shallow right field, and it's dropped by Echeverria. Tribble reaches on an error by the first baseman. Tough play going back. Maybe the second baseman, Huber, had a better angle on it. Nonetheless, leadoff man aboard. And in steps the left-handed batting Steven Krause. Senators 3, Aces 2. Trying to tack on some more insurance in the 9th inning. It was late game dramatics last time here at Frank Mann Field. First offering is swung on and popped out of play down the left side. Last trip we made over to Alexandria, Senators were victorious thanks to some ninth inning runs. First off, a 2-run blast from Carter Groen, and then a solo shot by Nichols, the 0-1, up and away with a fastball. No outs, top 9. Dribble the man on first. 3-2 Southern Maryland. Dribble been known to steal bases, 6 this season. The pitch. Backs up Kraus for ball 2. Just had a feeling that Kraus was going to be something special this summer with the Senators. Had very impressive numbers a year ago in the Perfect Game Collegiate League with the Newark Pilots. Batted .349 with 7 doubles across 21 games. Outs 2-1. Inside, ball 3. So back-to-back pitches that force Kraus to get out of the way. Kraus is a guy that strikes out a lot, but also swings with power and knocks in a lot of runs. He came around to score in the 7th inning after a single. The pitch. In the dirt, ball 4. He walked him. So 2 men aboard with no outs, and Steven Kraus leaves a parting message for Carter Groen, who comes up to the plate.
Number 23.
No outs, 2 men on. And boy, a guy that can ultimately be the equalizer. Has slowed down from where he was last season. He's dealt with some injury issues, dealt with an eye problem earlier in the season. That forced him on to come midway through the game against Alexandria last time here. First pitch, swing and a miss. Helicopters flying over left field. Working out of the stretch with 2 men aboard and no outs in the 9th. Look back at second, the pitch. Waved at, strike 2. Lights shining bright over a darkening night sky. The 0-2, Groen swings and misses, strike 3. So Groen goes down on strikes, and in comes the pinch hitter, MJ Phillips.
Pinch hitting for the Senators, number 34, MJ Phillips from Townsend University.
He's on off the bench for Dawson Smale. Phillips, a fun guy to be around in the dugout. He walks a whole ton. Strikeout numbers also relatively high, but can get away with that when you're walking as much as he is. First offering, inside, ball 1. He's super patient at the plate. Will certainly wait for his pitch. 219 average, 13 walks to 15 strikeouts. Most walks on the team. Set, and here it comes. Waved at, 1-1. Scott Middleton peers on from the dugout. Hand over his mouth. And the 1-1, Phillips takes up and away. Certainly some nervous energy in that Senators dugout. Some excitement as well, though. In front by 1. Trying to get back into the winning column after they have dropped 5 straight. Feels like those couple of off days were big for them. 2-1, low and tight. Just felt like the team was running out of steam near the end of those 13 games in 11 days. And can you blame them? I mean, that is an absolute gauntlet. Didn't have a single day off in there. The set and the 3-1. Phillips swings and lines it foul towards the third base dugout. Phillips has both pitched and hit at the college level. Been largely used as a first baseman DH this year for Scott Middleton. Payoff pitch. Up and away, ball 4. Phillips doing what he does best, getting on base. And that gives way to Jax Nichols. He's torched this team in the big moments. Last time they played here at Frank Mann, Nichols launched a solo shot in the 9th inning to put the Senators in front. Here a chance to add some insurance in the top of 9. It was exactly the man on the mound who closed out that 8th inning who came on in the 9th to shut things down last time here against the Aces. Tyler Mitchell. Nichols, another big opportunity, nodding to himself as the mound visit has concluded with Noah Hout. Bases loaded and only 1 out, so a productive out will do for the Senators here. Trying to tack on some more to this lead. It is currently 1 run in favor of the Senators, 3-2, top of the 9th inning. Out of the wind up with them loaded. The pitch. Fastball strike at the belt. Scott Middleton ever encouraging from the first base dugout. Stands with his hands at his hips. The 0-1 upstairs, 1-1. Middleton up at the top step, awaiting a big moment from one of his best power hitters. Brought Nichols on the team this year for these big moments. The 1-1, swing and a miss. When Nichols let out a little bit of a grunt, knew that was the one he had a chance at. A ball and 2 strikes with a 1 out in the top of 9. 3 men on for the Senators. Wind and the pitch. In the dirt, Nichols spits on it. Nichols will have to play a lot of catcher with Chet Bowling going down recently. The 2-2 high and tight. Jax Nichols got to duck out of the way Matrix style. And the count full 3-2. Big time pitch coming in a moment from Noah Hout. Takes a deep breath. Now winds with the 3-2. Upstairs and he walked him. Quality at bat there by Jax Nichols. And a run is home for the Senators. Southern Maryland adds on 1 more in the 9th. They got a 4-2 lead. Each insurance run they can get pushes them what feels like closer and closer to victory. The offering swung at a miss by Calvin Cook. Third baseman tonight made a nice play in foul territory to end the 8th inning. The pitch, high and away. Middleton knew that Cook could play third base. Danny Surwick's been there most games for the Senators this season. The pitch, swing and a miss. A ball and 2 strikes. 1 out, top 9, 4-2 Southern Maryland. They're still loaded. Grouse, Phillips, Nichols. They stand on the bases. The 1-2. Waved at, strike 3. Got him swinging on the fastball. And down goes Calvin Cook. 2 outs in the inning. Cale Vinson back up, who was hit by a pitch in the leadoff spot in the 8th inning. At the bottom of the order tonight, 0 for 2. Popped out to Echeverria in the 6th. Fly out to right his first time. The pitch, swing and a miss. Noah Hout really pumping the heat and finding the zone with consistency all of a sudden. Certainly in the back of Hout's mind, the dangers of pitching to Nichols. Swing and a miss, strike 2. A moment ago, you got to think that the reason he was so hesitant to put something in the zone to Nichols was because of the double earlier in the game and that go-ahead homer the last time these teams met at Frank Mann. The wind and the 0-2. Vincent swings and misses, strike 3. So 2 strikeouts to end the inning for Noah Hout. Senators add on one more of insurance in the 9th, exactly what the doctor ordered. 4-2, a 2-run lead going to the bottom half of the inning. Tyler Mitchell trying to lock things down in the 9th. Southern Maryland in front by 2.
If you or your child is searching for a youth baseball team, you're looking in the right place. The Maryland Senators Elite Travel Baseball Team competes in tournaments and showcases around the country. Featuring teams from 8 to 18U, the Senators work hard to prepare players for the next level by teaching confidence, a winning attitude, and the importance of character by being a great student, teammate, and individual. Get more information by searching MarylandSenators.com, the place to be for travel baseball in Maryland. If you want to stay up to date with all things Senators, follow the collegiate team's social media accounts. You can follow the team at Southern MD Senators on Instagram or Go SOMD Senators on X to keep up with the team. You'll get score updates, final score graphics, access to articles, and so much more. Go check out the Senators on social media and don't miss a moment this season.
So in an inning marred by mistakes from the Aces, Senators tack on one more. They lead 4-2 going to the bottom of the 9th. Tyler Mitchell, just as he did last time at Frank Mann Field, on to record a save. This time a little different, though. He threw in the 8th inning, so trying to get through 2 innings tonight against the Aces. Let's see if they made any adjustments from the 8th inning where he was able to get out of things.
It's the catcher, number 16, DJ Shyman.
So the Aces left one stranded in the 8th after they got a 1-out double from Ernie Echeverria. Tyler Mitchell recorded 2 straight outs from there after Derek Almeida was caught stealing. DJ Shyman to lead things off. First pitch is up and away. Switch hitter batting left-handed. First time tonight he sees Tyler Mitchell. Batted in the 7th against Nate Berzonski. Low 1-0. Fastball high and away. Misses in the same spot. Just starting in the bottom of the 9th inning. Apologies. 4-2. Senators in front. Trying to hold on to a late lead. 2-0. Swing and a miss. Just feels like great consequences every time these two teams meet. Likely a preview of what may be a meeting later in the postseason, or at least a game with some playoff implications. The 2-1 outside ball 3. Two teams that will likely get into the playoffs. Far ahead of the Metro South County Braves, who are 7.5 games back of the Aces, 7 back of the Senators. The 3-1. Fastball strike at the knees. Gray's at the top of the division this year as well. Boy, has this been a fun South Division this year. Top loaded by 3 teams over 500. Mitchell, the payoff pitch. Scheiman swings and foul, tips it, strike 3. Tyler Mitchell records a strikeout for out number 1 in the 9th. Senators 2 outs away from victory tonight. First strikeout of the evening. And Mitchell getting stronger as he moves along. Riley Norton hitless with a walk last time up. First pitch, he takes a strike at the knees. Norton struck out swinging back in the 5th inning against Aiden Milburn, who was brilliant in the start tonight. The pitch. Swung on and lifted, high in the air. Medium deep left center field. Over there goes Tribble, who makes the grab. Boy, him and Truck nearly collided into one another. Nonetheless, that's out number 2. Senators closer and closer. Tonight entered on a 5-game losing streak. 1 out away from snapping it. Adham Sahibzada to the plate. First offering. Curveball drops in outside, ball 1. Just barely missed for Mitchell. 2-run lead for the Senators. Big insurance run in the top of 9. The 1-0. Fastball up and away. Well, Sahibzada about as hot as they get. 0 for 3 tonight, but coming in was 5 of his last 8 with 2 home runs in that time. Trying to continue with the hot hand. 2-0. Swinging a bouncer to second. Cale Vincent gloves. Throws out Sahibzada. Ball game. Senators back in the win column. Big win for Southern Maryland, capped off by a Tyler Mitchell save in the end. Bows out in center and rack up another victory for Southern Maryland this season. 13-9, and they move in front of the Aces in the South Division. They will be a half game up of Alexandria. Big victory for the Senators tonight. 4-2 your final from Alexandria, Virginia. Big save tonight from Tyler Mitchell after a brilliant start from Aiden Milburn, who threw 5 innings, only gave up 1 hit, didn't give up a run, and struck out 5. That's the win tonight for Aiden Milburn. And the Senators are victorious 4-2 after 2 runs in the 7th, 1 in the 1st, 1 in the 9th. And Southern Maryland victorious once again, snapping a 5-game losing streak tonight. Big win for Southern Maryland, who heads into another off day tomorrow for the 4th of July. Hope you have a great holiday, folks. Your final Senators 4, Aces 2 on the Senators Baseball Network. With that, I'm Cody Wagner signing off. Have a great rest of your night.